you ever wonder what could be the causes of climate change? We are going to dive into the hidden forces driving climate change, from greenhouse gas in atmosphere to the relentless rise of global temperature. Understanding these causes is one step towards finding real solution. Keep watching this video as we learn more about the causes and what could we do. Stay tuned.
So something is going on, and the global temperature in July, which was summer in the Northern Hemisphere, was the highest for July since global records began in 1880. So that's, 140 years. We've now got the highest temperature, and every subsequent year is up in that high temperature range. Now, you might think, what has this got to do with climate change? Global warming is the heating up of the planet to a degree which we haven't seen in millions of years. Now, you might say, we don't know, we weren't around, so I'm going to unpack that a little. But it's the global warming that we're measuring that is leading to climate change. And the climate change that we're facing is much more sudden and fast acting than the climate change we've seen in the past.
The causes of climate change are basically divided in the following categories. Basically from greenhouse gas emission. So this is from human activities that we are burning fossil fuels and causing deforestation and through the industrial process. And number two is deforestation and other land use activities that are basically reducing the planet's ability to absorb the excess carbon dioxide. Increased agricultural practices. Number three is increased agricultural practices and livestock production, which leads to methane, basically, and methane being a gas that is more harmful than carbon dioxide, for example. And the natural causes of greenhouse gases include the movement of continents, like continental plates, the shift, and also volcanic eruptions. So these are the four main causes of climate change. Number one, greenhouse gases from human activities. Number two, deforestation, also due to human activities and the changes in the land use. Number three, also an increase in agricultural practices and activity, especially keeping livestock, which produces a lot of methane. And number four is the natural causes. So like I said also in my previous slide, is that climate change is more human driven. And this is what we mean that is more human driven, because if you look at the four causes there, three of them are human driven. In order to also understand how climate changes, we need to understand greenhouse gases and how it happens. So basically, greenhouse gases are naturally occurring. They occur naturally in the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide occur naturally in the atmosphere. So they are naturally occurring gases. Methane, these are all naturally occurring gases. And they basically absorb solar energy and trap heat in the atmosphere to keep the earth warm. Imagine if there was no greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, the average temperature on earth will be 18 degrees Celsius. So then we will go back to the ice age, and we will not be able to survive with this temperature. So the greenhouse gases are natural. But human activities have basically exacerbated the contribution to greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. And this basically results in greenhouse effect. So the main greenhouse gases that exist, they are water vapor, carbon dioxide, and methane. These are the three main gases. And then we have other greenhouse gases that like nitrous oxide, hydrofluorocarbons, and so forth. Basically, they form a layer of blanket around the Earth atmosphere to keep the Earth warm. Because of our impact, or because of the fact that human beings are exacerbating the contribution of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, the following happen. Number one, here you have a clear day with the atmosphere, and the brown layer pointing the atmosphere there, they are the greenhouse gases. So then you have your sun shining into the atmosphere and then to the Earth's surface. because when it is coming from the sun, it comes in as shortwave radiation, so it is able to penetrate through the greenhouse gases and it comes to the Earth's surface. The Earth's surface, basically picture number 3, the Earth's surface then absorb as much energy as possible, but the extra energy that is not being able to absorb is then reflected back into the atmosphere. And this reflection that goes back into the atmosphere, it goes in as long wave radiation. And this long wave radiation is not able to all penetrate through the layer of greenhouse gases that is formed into the atmosphere, thereby causing the Earth to warm up. So this is basically how global warming and greenhouse gases leads to climate change.
Now that we have heard about the causes of climate change, is there hope for change? In the next video, we are going to look at the strategies for adaptation and mitigation of climate change. Stay with us.